Hello. On this fine afternoon, I am enjoying a cup of peatberry coffee with half and half and hazelnut. It's very yummy, and it's sunny outside, and even though it's freezing cold, at least the sun's out. And there seems to be hope, and it's quiet in the city, and it's wonderful, and I'm quite enjoying this. As part of my growth project, I've been reading Psalms, and I've just started this, and I was going to write about this, but I think it's more appropriate if I just read it and reflect on it, because I think this one really, it really pertains to my life. So without further ado, this is Psalms 32. It says of David, "Blessed are the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my moaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy on me, my strength was sapped in the heat of the summer. Then I acknowledged my sins to you, and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Therefore, let all the faithful pray to you, while you may be found. Surely the rising of the mighty waters will not reach them. You are my hiding place, and you will protect me from trouble, and surround me with the songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding but must be controlled by bit and bridle, or they will not come to you. Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in him. Rejoice in the Lord and be glad, you righteous. Sing sing, all you who are upright in heart." And it's so beautiful. This is a beautiful passage, and I wanted to reflect on. I think this chapter in the book, I think it's my life. It's the definition of my life in plain talk, and I think it applies to a lot of people. When he's talking about when I kept silent, my bone in 32:3, when I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. I mean, even when we go back to when I was depressed and I did a lot of bad things to myself and others, I felt like I didn't hear God. But what really was happening was that I wasn't praying to God for the right things. I was praying selfishly and horribly. I wasn't praying at all how we should be. I was asking for God to kill me, and obviously when I'm not hearing the responses back from that, and I don't feel in that mental state, I just wasn't feeling loved by anybody. Through my groaning all day long. In essence, it is groaning. I was groaning, and I felt like things were heavy. My strength was sapped, like in this passage. But it was a wonderful thing when God just kind of he didn't knock me upside the head, but I was at a point where I was almost dead, and God saved me. He saved me again. I was born Christian, but I definitely feel like that was the moment when I decided, hey, this is real. I have to start living in the way God wants me to, and since then I've had some trials and tribulations, but mainly in trusting God, which also applies to this. But I feel like this applies. And it says, "Therefore let all the faithful pray to you while you may be found. Surely the rising of the mighty waters will not reach them." That in and of itself, the fact that we must stay faithful to God no matter what, no matter if if your boyfriend's sick or dying, you know, no matter if you don't have much money and you have to pay rent and you have to pay for school and you have to pay for books and things are going bad at work, no matter if you're like afraid the house is gonna burn down, things like that, just, or your mental house, you know, things are just falling apart. No matter what, we have to stay faithful in the Lord, and He will provide for us. He will provide for us if we stay, even if we don't stay faithful. You know, He will always be there. He will always, 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 always be there for us. And my problem especially is I feel like I need to control situations all the time. I feel like this, but He has shown me so many examples just in this year of like, he's basically telling me, you know, Sarah, I love you, but I need to show you this lesson so you understand that you have to put your faith in me, because I have control of the situation. I know exactly how it's going to end, and you have to stop worrying and stop trying to control it. And goodness gracious, it's like hit me in the face like at least 7 times in the last year, and apparently this is still an issue. So I'm really trying to just like, you know, God, put it in you. I have done what I can, but I'm going to let you control the situation, which is so hard for me. But it's amazing. It's amazing, the feeling of knowing that God will put you where He wants you to be. He will lead you on the path that He wants you to be. God's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in Him. And this is amazing. Like, it's perfect. And this is why I think it really applies to my life, along with everybody else's lives. I think it's so important that we just trust. We trust in God no matter what, and He will lead us to where we need to be. It's crazy. It takes all of the stress off of us. It's miraculous, and I can't emphasize this enough. So I'm gonna end it on that. But stay faithful, and God will point you where you need to be. And this is over and over and over and over and over again in the Bible, especially Psalms, and this is beautiful. This is a beautiful passage, so I encourage you to read it yourself. I'll post it. I already have, so just look back on that. But this is today's Psalm, Psalm 32. Look it up, and hopefully you get something out of it like I did. Alright, bye-bye.